All right. Welcome everyone to the second episode of the Anime Podcast. As always, I am your host, Yellow Ice. We have our president of the Anime Club, Mizba, better known as Graham,
Welcome to the Badcast.
and the second co-host is very second-rate Osu player.
Of course. It's Graham, by the way.
It is Graham, also known as Mizba.
Yeah, on
Graham,
the
you
Discord
can
And
server.
we have a-
back any time, bro. I'm just saying.
Wow.
And we have special guest today. You guys more experienced with Anime Club may know him as the former president of the Anime Club, Mr. Andrew, or better known as Victor Reznov.
No, I'm Andrew.
No,
Alright, he's
man.
Andrew.
He is
No,
Andrew.
this is
Welcome.
Patrick.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome, Andrew, to the Badcast, or the full title, This Podcast Cannot Be That Bad.
All right.
This
Does
anime.
anyone unironically go by their handle?
No.
Yes, but not here.
Oh, all right.
This is a real name only.
Okay,
So,
whatever you say.
my
Yellow.
name's
Sure.
My name is Jeff.
Isaiah. You can just call me Isaiah, Ice, whatever you prefer.
Okay, that's fine. Ice.
Alright, so the first topic today will be pertaining to our special guest. So, Graham, take it away.
All right, so I thought it would be pretty interesting to talk about like your experiences in the anime club. So like how you started and like how you became the president, I guess.
Oh, right. Yeah. Basically, the previous president in the 2016-2017 year, that entire year was basically the anime club was dead.
Okay.
No one went. It was just the president doing meetings, like not even every week, just sometimes here and there.
Okay.
And I was busy with classes, so I couldn't show up to most of them, to be fair, even though I was active previously. But I talked to him, and he basically said, yeah, I'm not going to do it next year. I'm not doing anything, so, and you're the only person that, like, really has come at all, so here, you take it. So I did.
Oh, well,
That's it. That's the story of how I became president.
that's crazy.
A monarchy.
How did I become?
Right, no, literally just monarchy.
I see. I mean, it makes sense.
But
How did I become president?
Oh,
how
I,
did you become
I remember
president?
that actually. So
pretty much the same way.
yeah, pretty much the same way because it was literally because
Down
with
the scepter.
with Andrew's year and things, Anime Club wasn't like at its peak, so there was only like maybe 3 to 4 consistent members, and there wasn't like a lot of members in Andrew's year. But I really liked Andrew's year a lot because his he organized his anime like in the list and stuff, and like how he picked stuff through each week like really well. Unfortunately, we don't use it anymore because we passed down all the
No,
stuff
we
to.
do.
I mean, not really.
Okay, because here's the thing: we start doing themes now, so we try and pick like a theme for each anime every single week,
Right.
most of the time. But once in a while, we get lazy and we just slap anime together.
But anyway,
we
I
think
did that.
we'll, like-
I did that like a couple times. We did shorts, and then one time we did like shonen and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I put together everything. I just whatever the previous president gave me, all his stuff that he had made, and that was from the even further down the line. The
Oh.
president previous to me was president for 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Dude, the stuff he came
uh,
up with was disgusting. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I think I've showed you guys. He
Yeah.
just took like the wow, that was the 4 generations of presidents ago. He took that stuff and he just used it, and I every time I came into the anime club when I saw the PowerPoint presentation, I was like, this is ugly. I can't read this. This is bad. So I just remade the entire thing.
It looks
all
really
the
nice.
Presentation. I remade the anime club constitution.
Oh yeah,
I remade.
that's.
I actually used that as a base for my esports club's constitution too, by the way.
Oh, you did.
dude,
I
it's so
modified it
thorough.
thoroughly.
It's so thorough, like super thorough.
It's thorough.
Yeah.
Even in cases that never ever have happened yet, it's still like everything that you need to know is there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Right. I talked to the there's a specific like part of the school that like takes care of
Doso.
clubs. Yeah, the doso, the
Yeah.
dean office. The
Dean of Student Office.
yeah. And so I talked to them, to set up the anime club, and that was basically it. It was set up. I got a time. I rented a room. Then I didn't do anything else because I couldn't be fucking bothered.
That makes sense.
Hey, it worked out.
It did work
Somehow
out.
it worked out. These two freshmen came in and were active, so I was like, damn, you guys are like, maybe you look like you're enjoying life. So
Dude, I came in right after judo practice with my gi on and everything.
I remember that actually. That was funny. Okay, so the funny thing about Misfa is that once he first came in, the first day he came in, he came up to every single person. He's just like, "Hi, I'm Misfa. What's your name?" I'm like, "Oh no, why are you doing
What do you
this?"
mean? Oh no, I want to get to know the 5 people in the room with me.
I mean that is true, but I feel like it was just. I don't know. It was like the start of the meeting, and everyone was already really silent and stuff. And then you come in,
You have
and
to
you're
break
just
the
like,
silence somehow.
I mean, that is true.
Right?
This is exactly why he's president.
Exactly.
What?
He's very enthusiastic.
I feel like you guys are bashing me right now.
I'm not
not
bashing
bashing
you.
you.
That's a good
This is
thing.
a compliment.
Yeah, that's a
All
compliment.
right, I suppose.
You have the sociability to run a club effectively.
Yes.
I guess so.
Lots of stuff has
Then
happened
I
because
picked
of
Graham
you.
as my vice president because he's cool and I can rely on him.
Actually, okay, so the thing was, it was the last meeting of the year, and it was literally just me and you in the room, and we were just like, or you asked to become president, and then
Graham,
Andrew was just
Graham.
like,
Graham, it's okay, all right?
wow.
If there was nobody else in the room, I still would have picked you.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I had experience running an anime club in high school, and I was the vice president for that too, but that experience was rough because I feel like I was doing everything alone, and that was not fun. So I was a little worried and hesitant to become the vice president for this club. That's why I waited 2 years. And then I didn't really want to do the presidency for a while because I was like, I had a really bad experience with my anime club in high school. So I was like, I don't know, I don't really want to do it again. But then I was just like, well, I really like this club and I like the people in it. Like Andrew was nice, and then Mispa was really nice too. So I was like, well, why don't we try to build the club up and make it even more popular than it was? And we did, and we have a consistent member base of like at least 10 to 15 members now. So that's really good for an anime club, especially. Like that's really good.
That's
We're hoping to
basically
grow it some more.
like the most members, or not members, but the most visitors we ever got in one day in the winter.
Dude, that
semester
first
I know the
time,
first
like,
meeting.
the winter, the
The
fall.
first meeting was crazy. We booked one of the classrooms. Oh my god, it filled up so fast.
Yeah, it was like 40 people in one meeting. I was like, what the heck?
I
This
wish I
is
could have done a
crazy.
better job of keeping them all there, but like there was fucking problems with like the projector and just like a lot of things were going wrong. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
and it's the first meeting,
Yeah.
so like with every club.
Yeah, they're all just checking stuff out. But I
Yeah.
do feel like next year we want to do a better job of engaging our members a little bit more. So I'm going to be thinking about things over the summer about what I can do to like keep people engaged and everything. But alas, that is the abridged version of the anime club's history. I guess we could call it that.
Mhm.
If you want to read the full version, read Andrew's vlog. I'm assuming he has one.
Of course.
Yes, he's gonna write one right now.
Yeah, I'm very vain, so I
Yeah.
make sure to vlog daily.
Yeah.
Every day. All right.
Every
Anyways,
day.
we're gonna move on to today's topics.
Yep.
Somebody wanted to tell us what they are.
All right, so today's topics are shorts, Persona on PC, Funimation taking down Interspecies reviewers on Pornhub, and anime
This is actually a
adaptations.
very important topic. We're
Yes,
gonna
that
talk
actually
about
is. But and anime adaptations, is it okay to go off script what the manga has or not? So those are the 4 topics. It doesn't matter what we start with. We can start with anything.
Let's start from the top of that list that you just gave us right there. All right, shorts.
All right.
All right. So the reason I wanted to talk about shorts, by the way, this is my topic. I decided to bring to the table today. Because everyone
job.
here picked a topic that they wanted to bring to the table. But I wanted to bring that one specifically because next season we have coming out, we have an anime called. Hold up, where's the name of this anime?
Yeah, let me look it up
my
too, because I kind of want to look.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my.
called. I'm not gonna pronounce that in Japanese because I'm gonna get
Do
made
it.
fun of for that.
Do it,
No.
do it.
Please take my brother away 4. So there have been 3 previous seasons of this anime. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this show is because I thought the show was okay, and I don't know why it's getting another season, but I just thought it was okay. And I've been watching a lot of shorts recently. I recently watched. It's called Danchigai, I'm pretty sure. Yes, Danchigai, and it's about this like family that like lives together, but like their parents aren't around, so you know the usual anime type shit. But I thought it was a little bit interesting because a lot of these kinds of animes are popping up. I feel like a little bit more frequently than they used to before. So I want to talk about like what's good about shorts. What's good? you know. So at first glance, the first thing I like about shorts personally, I don't know about you guys, is the fact that they're short. All right, that's like my biggest.
Wow.
That's like a good thing and a bad thing at the same time because I'm gonna talk about both sides. So the good thing is it's really easy for you to digest, right? It's really easy. You get quick to the point. There's no like build up or anything. But at the same time, that's bad because you don't leave yourself that much time for character and plot development. And then when you do have something happen, it has to happen really fast like that, right?
It depends on
So-
what the short is, actually, because some shorts are 3 minutes and some shorts are like 15. So
Yeah.
there's a big gap between them.
There is no synopsis for season 4. Fun fact.
Well,
Oh
okay.
my.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is what it was. Okay, I couldn't
Yes,
find it.
sir.
Ani ni tsukeru
Please
kusari
take my
wa
brother
nai.
away. Oh, like
What,
the
the
character
source
designs look like they're
material?
made in the 90s. Oh, it's a
Yeah,
Chinese
it's like a Chinese anime. That's why.
Oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
Mhm. Yeah, it is. I suppose. But yeah, I don't know what you guys think about it. I feel like most of them are rushed, at least to some extent. Like I feel like you need the full like 30 minutes. Well, some anime like drag out 30 minutes, right? Like that's not a good thing either.
Producers
But,
Billy
like-
Billy. Is this like a Billy Billy like short?
I have no idea.
Wait, you're talking
Do
about
not-
Billy Billy, like the website?
Yeah, it says one of the producers is Billy Billy and Tencent.
Really?
I
Tencent,
think it
classic
probably is a
Chinese
really
company.
short, but
Classic.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if this is like an internet short or something.
probably that would explain how like the way that the episodes and stuff flow.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like a couple notable ones I can think of, like Suda Children and like
I can't understand what my husband is saying. The greatest short.
that another one. That's a very good short. You guys should watch that.
That is actually so good. You could finish that in 2 hours too. So
Yeah, exactly. You
Ooh.
can find
2
all of it
hours.
on
You
YouTube.
can
Not that I'm
finish that
promoting
in-
piracy.
Less than 2 hours.
no. If you watch both
honestly,
seasons,
the best way to watch shorts is like a compilation on YouTube. So
Yeah.
even if you can find it somewhere else, I just find it like
Watch it on
shitty
YouTube.
upload bitrate on YouTube and fucking just watch the
Yeah.
whole
And see,
thing.
Wow.
the thing, Grim, is that we were talking about the length of like some shorts and stuff vary, but I can't understand what my husband is saying. Is only 3 minutes an episode, and it does a really good job of developing the characters.
well, they also made 2 seasons of it.
That's true. But
Yeah.
this show has 4 seasons.
Does
Yeah.
it develop the characters well?
Not really. You don't
Ah.
understand why the girl doesn't like her brother at all. You don't understand
No,
like
that's you don't have to explain that.
okay. All right, I suppose so.
I don't
What,
know.
if you don't like your fucking, isn't that a prerequisite for being a sibling?
Just
Whatever.
the duration is 3 minutes, so yeah, 3 minute duration.
Well,
time per
whatever.
You guys
episode.
forgot the best short though.
What is that?
Senyu.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Senyu's
yes,
pretty
I
good.
did forget Senyu. Actually, we watched
Yeah.
that in your year of the club,
Yeah.
Okay,
Andrew.
Senyu
actually.
needs to like keep getting adapted. If I'm
That's a
being
funny
honest.
short, actually. I do like
I'm
that.
pretty sure like the manga ended pretty recently. Somebody
it?
tell me if I'm wrong.
Let's
I
find
haven't
out.
read the manga.
I have
Yeah,
not
Yeah, I
either.
think the manga ended very recently.
Well,
No,
let's
it-
find out.
it's-
No, it
the
ended a while
manga-
ago. The alt
The
version.
manga, the manga only came out for a year.
Yeah, the alt version is the one
I
that
know.
came out.
Oh my god.
Wait, no, Senyu 2? Wait, that's an adaptation.
Dude, do you see how high
oh,
ranked
shit.
the
Did it
manga
have
is?
sequels?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it
Uh,
had an alternate version and an alternate setting.
Oh, there's a prequel too. I mean, I
think
like
when
the
the-
Senyu. It was fun.
One of the shorts I like is Hitalia Access Powers.
I forget that's a
like
short,
that.
actually. Like I always thought it
People
was
do
like a
forget.
full length show, but it's not.
Nah, it's a 5 minute per episode.
Oh,
Personally, I like these kinds of shows. They're really easy for you to get through. They're really good on. I feel like they're pretty like intro friendly if you're just starting out watching anime. I think these are pretty friendly shows to like start with, right?
I would say it just gives you all the basics.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that. The comedy ones are usually surrealist. Like the, I mean that's sounds like it'd be funny. What's the one? Tenyu, the one
Tenyu. I don't know if I know that one. You're gonna have to link it, actually.
no.
There's another. I know. I think I know which one you're talking about. It's
What?
TQ.
No, I just take.
Oh yes,
I
it
just
is
added a
TQ. There's like
T.
six.
Yeah.
There's
That
like
one is
6
garbage,
seasons.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's
That one
like
has
6 or
a
7
couple, like, good
seasons.
scenes here and there, but I don't like it for the most part. I actually did watch it. I watched the first part of it.
Dude,
And I didn't like.
I-
isn't Psyche K a short too?
Yeah, Psyche K is a short too, actually.
Technically,
126
that one had a
episodes
weird-
of short.
that one had a weird release schedule. So that when that was
Yeah.
airing, it at least for the first season, what they would do is they would release 5 minute episodes daily.
Mm-hmm.
They would release them all over the course of the 5-day weekday,
Mhm.
and then they would release a compilation episode on the weekend with all
Right.
the little shorts.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I watched the short episodes because the compilation episodes were kind of like falling behind.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
But
But
no,
yeah,
I like Psyche K.
yeah.
I've
I
heard
feel like
Psyche
that's
K
one
is
of those
funny.
shows that you could give to someone and then to be like anyone could like it.
Yeah, I feel like that's a
Kinda
lot of
specific
comedies.
comedy style. Yeah,
Does it?
comedy shorts are good for very short gags. They're probably good adaptations for 4
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
because they can get like a few quick gags in there. Yeah, and then you come back
I
to it the
don't.
next
Yeah,
week.
the main
still
genre I've
fresh.
seen with shorts, particularly, is probably comedy and that kind of stuff. So
I don't feel like you can do drama with a short
yeah,
like that.
because just it's too much time that you have to take for it. That's why.
Yeah, I feel like
Look at
if you make
Attack
it a
on
bad
Titan. That
season-
shit's fucking 4 seasons.
Yeah. Imagine if that was a short show. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
That's how the recap movie is gonna be.
Every short.
Oh my
is
gosh,
just
the
bad.
recap movie I feel like is gonna be all over the place.
How are you gonna condense 4? It's technically 5 seasons because part 3, season 3 had
60
2 parts.
episodes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 60 episodes, so that's gonna be a lot.
But yeah, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that topic. Let's move on to Graham's topic now.
Shorts. I
Wait,
rate all shorts 7 out of 10.
Every
All
single
that's,
short.
that's acceptable, actually. Graham, not Graham. Andrew's scale is not like mine, where I do it letter based. He actually uses the whole thing.
Yeah, he uses the 1 through 10 scale because you know it's a 1
Yeah.
through 10 scale.
It's
Oh,
what
you
everybody
use the
uses.
Scale, Graham.
Yes.
Sometimes yes. I don't rate stuff.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah,
But yeah, a 7 from
my
Andrew's
ratings
pretty
mean
decent.
my ratings mean nothing. I mean, those are your personal ratings, so I mean,
Yeah.
they mean stuff to you.
Personal ratings mean nothing.
Right,
I'm not. I'm no critic by any
Mhm.
means.
Yeah, I get you. Actually, there's one more short I wanted to talk about. I think it was called like "Love Is Like a Cocktail" or something.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
I
like the
heard
drinking
about
one.
Yes, yes,
That one,
yes.
It was
that
very
one's fun.
cute.
I do like
It
that.
was
one.
really cute. I'm gonna admit that about it.
Yeah, I think that's what it's
That's
called.
the perfect formula for a short too, because every
That's like-
chapter it has a
Yeah.
different drink. You
Mhm.
learn the recipe. It has a
Yeah.
little cute moment where the
It's-
husband
it's-
and wife like hug
yeah.
or like cuddle.
It doesn't really have that much
That's it.
comedy,
That's
even
it.
though it's a comedy genre thing. It feels more like a romance slice of life type thing.
Oh,
couple
it is
comedic
It's like a
moments here and there.
cocktail. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
It's
funny.
very
'Cause
cute.
I think the guy likes drunk girls because whenever she's drunk, she's
Oh
like really,
yeah.
she's really
No,
like.
he doesn't.
Maybe he does. I know the person who wrote Dragon
You
Maid
have
really
to-
likes drunk
Did you
girls.
see the? Did you see the thing where the final episode where he like actually
Do you
talks
wanna-
about how he met her?
The
Yeah.
girl who wrote Dragon Maid.
Yeah.
Holy
The
shit.
girl, yeah,
Cool Kyoshinja.
I think it's
That
a girl,
dude's
right?
messed up.
Yeah.
No,
kinda.
cool sensei. No, he's messed up. That could be a whole fucking
Yep.
topic in and of itself.
Honestly, I would love to talk about that because, like, he likes drunk girls. He likes girls with big breasts. He likes Shota, I think.
No, he likes.
He just hits all the bells.
Hey,
and whistles for
hey.
me. Well, let's
We-
move on. Let's move on to
We
the
will
next.
mention that to a later date, so tune in for the next one.
Tune in for the next one.
So the
Alright.
next topic we have listed here is Persona on PC. This is Graham's topic.
Yes,
so
this is
so
my
hyped for
topic.
this.
Yeah, okay, so...
You can speak about it, Mr. Streamer Man.
Oh, yes. So Persona is my favorite game series of all time. If you don't know what Persona is, it's based off the Shin Megami Tensei series, which is basically Pokemon, but with a better story. Anyway,
He's fast.
And demons.
yeah, and demons. Well, that's what Shin Megami Tensei, but with normal Persona, they're just called Personas. But in Shin Megami Tensei, they're called demons. But anyway, so Persona 4 is probably one of the most popular games in that franchise besides Persona 5. And there wasn't a way that you could play it because on the PlayStation Vita, which is a discontinued console, it was near impossible to get because it got discontinued. Same with the PlayStation TV, which they were trying to market. That also got discontinued. So there was basically no way to play the game. And just a couple of days ago at the PC Gaming Show, they announced Persona 4 for Steam. And me personally, I was getting super hyped because I love that game and I've never gotten a chance to play it because it was on the Vita. And now I can play it. I bought it instantly as soon as they announced it at the PC Gaming Show, and I already have the PlayStation Vita copy because of my sister's boyfriend. But this is the definitive version of Persona 4 Golden. Like, it's so good. Like, the graphics are nice, and they actually adjusted some things. Like, you can play at like above 60 frames per second, so you can play at like 120 frames per second for a PS2 game, which is crazy.
But dude, it's a JRPG. Why do you need that many frames?
I know, honestly. It looks kind of weird, actually, because it's made
I mean, it
for
looks cool,
the PS2.
but like, it doesn't affect your gameplay.
Hey,
Yeah.
frames are frames.
The up
Wait, Persona 2
textures.
came out on PS2.
No, Persona 1 and 2 came out on PlayStation 1. Persona 3, 4, and Golden and are on PS2. And then there's spin-offs of
then-
each of the games.
And then Golden had a re-release on Vita.
Yeah, Golden or no. Persona 4 came out on the PS2 just called Persona 4, but Persona has this thing where they do like a better
re-release.
version of the game.
Yeah.
So like basically like a
Ah.
DLC version of the game, and that's what
Yeah.
Persona 4 Golden is. They add new
Persona 5
features.
had one
Game of the
too.
Year
It's called
edition.
Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah.
Well,
They-
it's not really Game of the Year edition. I mean, Persona 5 did get nominated for Game of the Year. Actually, didn't it win Best JRPG?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think it did. But Atlas just does this anyways, and I think it's a good thing because what they do is they take everything that everyone didn't like about the original version, and then they tweak it, make it better, and they send it again, and people buy that shit again.
But that's not all though, because they also make gameplay improvements. They also add characters. They also
what I
add new
meant.
dungeons, new
Yeah,
anime
yeah,
cutscenes.
Like Persona 5 Royal has a whole new two new humans in there.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2 new humans. It's great. But
Yeah,
the whole
humans.
appeal,
and a whole way, they also add an entirely new district for you to explore, which is crazy.
Oh yes, that district is really cool, actually.
Ichioji is so cool.
Yeah, Kichioji. That's nice. But Persona in general, like the whole appeal of it is like balancing dungeon crawling with school life. So it's like you go to school and you take classes and you answer questions and it sounds boring and then you can hang out with friends and stuff and I'm like, this
Like-
is really weird.
Like
But
the bully game.
yeah, it is like
Yeah.
the bully game actually. But the interesting thing about it is that everything that you do in real life contributes to what you do in battle. So if you're not doing like the specific things that you need to do outside of battle, then you won't do well in battle. Like you need to level up your characters like social links and like your friends' social links and all that stuff. That's what like the
Social
relationships, yeah, and like social stats and stuff. You need to level those up so that you can make better personas and
My
progress
worst nightmare.
faster in
To
battle.
level up,
You need to be
to level up,
smart.
I have to talk to people.
I know. It's
Be
crazy.
smart, cool, handsome.
Yeah,
Gutsy.
handsome.
Something
And
I all
everything-
lack.
Yeah.
Good
The only
with your
thing I know about
fingers.
Persona 4, Golden as it were, is that they announced, hey, we're releasing a PC port, and then it was there. They released it the same day.
Yeah, they released it the same day, and it was #1 on Steam's list for like on that day.
Dude, I can understand
It was
why.
crazy.
This is like the only Persona game, isn't it, that they've actually fully ported over to PC.
Yes, this is the only Persona game that's ever been
And
on a
what
separate
an
console.
excellent
than
choice for them to port
PlayStation.
over, right?
I know, yeah, this is probably the
Really
best
good
Persona
choice
game
for them
to
to port
port over, because this is
Yeah.
the best Persona game in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, Royal's pretty good. I still
This
haven't
is,
played 4 Gold, but it's gonna be hard for them to beat that.
Yeah, Royal
This
is
gives
good.
hope for a Persona 5 PC port as well, I imagine.
Hopefully
Yes.
soon, yeah.
Okay, so
I think bring Royal over.
I know Atlas is having there's a game show called New Game Plus Expo, and it happens on Tuesday, and Atlas is gonna be there, so they might announce something else. I don't know if Persona
I
4.
want it to be Persona 6, bro.
Yeah, I hope
Please
they
just
announce something about
it.
Persona 6, or they port like Persona 5 Scramble to the States, because they haven't mentioned anything about that.
Please,
in a
yeah,
while.
they still haven't done that. It
Yeah.
actually looks really cool too.
Yeah, by the way,
Persona
Persona 5 Scramble.
supposed to be a direct sequel too.
Yeah. What he said. But yeah, this is a big deal for like the Persona fans and the Persona community and things, and a big deal for JRPG fans because everyone can play this game now. It's on PC. It's only $20. It's very accessible. It's very long though. It's like a 70-hour game, but it's probably one of the best JRPGs I've ever played, in my opinion. It's my favorite game of all time.
Better than Pokemon?
I praise.
Yeah, I don't like Pokemon that much actually.
Oh my god, you just angered all the Pokemon nerds
I know,
out
I'm
there.
sorry, all Pokemon fans.
No, I stand Gran. I don't
Oh,
like
yeah, see.
Pokemon either.
I stand Graham.
Yeah,
We all stand Graham.
yeah.
We stand Grum.
I just think it's
All right,
because
move on
like,
to the next topic.
well, okay, real fast. I'm just saying that like, with Pokemon, I think people like it because it's like a cutesy thing, but like the RPG system's boring and the story is not good. But with Persona,
You know, I agree
the
with
RPG system is literally the exact same thing, other than the fact that you knock down enemies, you do the all-out
Dude,
attacks,
there's so much more
stuff like that.
technicality to it, dude. You have like
Yeah.
elemental weaknesses actually do something more than just give you more damage. There's technical stuff now too, like
Mm.
sleeping someone and then hitting him with a physical attack. Like that's crazy. Nobody would have ever thought about that before.
Yeah,
And
it's
also like
nice.
stunning someone and then smacking them with another physical attack. That's crazy.
It is nice.
Gun attacks actually like matter now. Like the amount of like technicality, the amount of like different ways you can knock enemies down in Persona makes it so that the combat doesn't get still fast at all, which I really appreciate.
Yeah,
Like
the
whenever you're
combat
playing like
flows.
Pokemon or something, you're walking through tall grass. You like cross your fingers that you don't like get hit by an enemy. In Persona, you get hit by an enemy, you're just like, whatever. I'll just like you just play through, right? It doesn't matter that much to you because the combat is not boring in that game.
Yeah, I do like it a lot. But for all Pokemon fans and things, I do think that Persona is your next step because it's literally the exact same
your
and you love
graduation.
it. Yeah, my friend is a huge Pokemon fan, and I told him to play Persona, and he hates everything anime and stuff. But he played it, and it became his favorite game of all time. So, yeah.
Graham's real life anecdote. There you
Yep.
go.
But yeah, we'll move on to the next topic, but we're going to skip over Andrew's because Andrew has to go to the bathroom. So, okay.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages. This podcast is sponsored by Tissue. Thank you for giving me something to jerk off into.
Well,
Oh.
all right, we back.
Welcome
Good
back,
little,
everyone, to the Badcast.
Mm-hmm.
We're back.
Short little commercial break, you know.
Big thank you to our sponsor here. Yes, they are sponsoring us.
Yep,
No,
tissue.
don't ask what brand it is.
All right, so the
What
next
brand is
topic. Well,
We can't say that or else we will actually get sued.
it would be like that. All right,
The next topic we were talking about.
is the Andrew topic. So,
Yeah,
That's right.
It
I
is
stole this from Mispa.
he stole it
So-
from me. It was stolen. I gave him permission. Don't copy or trick him.
Basically, it seems like Funimation has been purging interspecies reviewers' videos from Pornhub, which obviously they were uploaded to Pornhub because interspecies reviewers is a hentai, so it belongs
yes.
to Pornhub.
yes, of course.
Can I say something else? Somebody from Funimation had to be on Pornhub looking at hentai to find this on there in the first place.
See, no, I don't see a problem with
honestly,
it.
if someone
honestly.
in the company said, "Hey, go find uploads of Ishokuzo reviewers," it's
But this
the
has to be
first
like
place you would
someone,
look.
like,
It's not that
tasked,
hard.
Yeah, that is true.
Listen, if you
That's
Google,
what
if you no, but if you Google Ishokuzo reviewers hentai scene, I'm guaranteeing Pornhub was going to be one of the results on Google.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna look
100%.
this up in incognito mode.
In incognito mode.
Coward.
I know.
Be like,
Species reviewers.
Dude, embrace
If-
it.
if that was my job, I would say, I bet.
I bet. Spends 3 hours
Either
looking for it.
way-
Quote unquote.
Easiest job of my life. Easiest
Either
job
way,
of my
the
life.
important, I guess, point is this isn't like too big of a deal. Obviously, a licensor of their content that they own and can distribute, if they see illegal things uploaded on streaming sites,
Yeah, that's
or whatever,
cool
they can
and
take it
stuff,
down.
right?
That's not a problem. The
Yeah.
issue is that Funimation itself is
Not-
they've licensed the show and
Yeah.
have refused to release it in any capacity. They
They won't give up the
it's,
license.
if you buy the rights to something that people have that want to see and then refuse to do anything with it because you feel that you've made a mistake, at that point you should sell the license. This is like because otherwise you're basically just hoarding something that you shouldn't have.
Yeah. Or just like sell the license. Or give it
No,
to
yeah.
someone else, right? Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
to be
What's the
fair,
point of you
they
having the license if you're not gonna
might-
do anything with it?
To be fair, I'd have to look into that. Or well, I don't think you could know, but they might be trying to sell the license. But outside of like
Hentai Haven,
party
which is
licensors and stuff
legit.
like that, I don't know who would
Which-
want to license that.
I know, honestly.
Interspecies Reviewer is probably the closest you can get to hentai without, while technically still airing on TV. They pulled it from certain Japanese channels after it
Deadly.
aired a few
Mhm.
episodes because they didn't realize how explicit it was going to be when they advertised.
As
it,
long as
to
you
the
don't
channel
show the
to it.
penetration on the screen, you're good. Question
Yeah,
mark?
but they showed basically
No,
everything else.
that's kind of what you would say, but they I think they basically did show penetration on screen. By the way,
The third episode was pretty
No, no.
rough.
Yeah, but the third episode did not show any penetration. What it showed is bulge, if that makes sense, from the naval area region.
Well, if you watch,
No, not
the-
even that.
See it.
but you see like an
But you
entire
couldn't
like sex
see
scene
it.
and stuff, and it's the angles and things. They're pretty. I don't know. they're
Look,
very.
all I'm saying is a fucking little halfling girl gets a dildo up her ass, and you see it from the top view. This is essentially you're showing penetration at that point.
Yeah, it makes
there's-
sense.
Just because you don't see the anus undulating doesn't mean you fucking not seeing what's happening.
My.
That's a word.
I mean, you could guess what's going on, but yeah. Yeah, but I agree. I have to agree with Andrew on this one. It's not cool that you just take it and you're not letting anyone else use it or anything. Granted, they maybe they're trying to do something with it. We don't know the whole story here, but like, if it's out there and it's not hurting your revenue because you didn't have revenue off it in the first place, then why? I guess I can't say like they don't have the right to do it because they do have the right to do it. But like, what do you gain from like taking it down? Like, there's no gain from this. You don't.
It
get
also
anything from
brings
doing
up
it.
questions about how Funimation talks to their like employees and voice actors that they hire, because apparently like because there was also like some outcry from the or well, I don't know if you want to outcry, but a couple complaints from a few of the voice actors saying like, yeah, we were gonna do this show. They dubbed the first episode. That's still, you can find that out there if you want it. Funimation dub of the first episode. But as soon as the that fourth episode came out, they ceased dubbing, ceased simul dubbing, pulled the show and everything. But the voice actors apparently weren't notified until literally the day before the recording session for the second episode.
Oof.
Which makes me think, like, also brings into question, how does Funimation like do their like
Vetting.
contracts, hiring? Like,
Yeah.
it seems to be like they literally just like have people on call and say, hey, this is when we're gonna do it. You'll get paid for your role or something. I don't know how the contracts work, but the idea that they can just like pull that back after like giving a role to someone seems kind of shitty as well. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, there's a problem with the anime of the, or quote unquote anime is more so their logistics and how they manage
Mhm.
too.
yeah. Personally, it's kind of sad that this is not going to get any kind of release. As far as we know, like later down the line, you know, someone may be able to pick up the license if Funimation doesn't renew their license. I don't know how long the standard anime license is, but I can't imagine it's more than like 5 or 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Holding on
Probably.
to something they don't release.
Dude, the most extra bullshit part of this is like, and I know people have brought this up in the past, but like, how do you get to this point? Like, who like decides what like Funimation like gets the license for, and who decides what they don't? You know what I mean? Because like,
No, they
Contracts.
bid.
not
I'm pretty sure they
any
bid for the
research.
licenses.
Yeah, but like, do they do any research on what they're bidding for then?
No,
'Cause, like, it's not even-
I guarantee
Here's
they
another
don't.
thing. This isn't even an original. It's not like you didn't know what was gonna happen because they have a fucking manga out for it too. Like, it's a
Wait,
manga
wait.
adaptation.
That bleeds well into our next topic.
That does bleed well into our next topic. But actually, I do have one more thing.
What's
So,
up?
I do know that the Interspecies reviewers manga is actually tamer than the anime. Like those sex scenes and things apparently aren't even in the manga. So they might have actually, they might have actually changed that. But yeah, perfect segue into the next topic, which
Our
is
next topic.
Isaiah's topic. So Isaiah, if you want to
That is-
introduce it.
That's actually a very amazing segue. Wow. So, Isaiah here.
Hi,
And,
there.
Hi, Isaiah.
Hi. So, my topic is apparently segueing from the earlier discussion is that should animes branch off of the source material, manga or webtoon, and do their own thing? Like we see this on what happened during Full Metal Alchemist, right? Where halfway through it, they say, you know what, we'll branch out, do our own thing, and people were not happy about that. But in deeper thinking, is it okay for the anime to do it? I personally think, since an anime's reproduction is under, how would I say, is it even under creative freedom? I think. Is it considered that they purchased the work and then, or is it just like the right to publish it for television, stuff like
No,
that?
when a production company will approach a creator for their work and buy basically the license or ability to produce the anime. Obviously, the terms of those different contracts are going to be different depending on who the production company is. But in some cases, creators get like pretty heavy say in like what happens with the anime production, and in other cases, they get almost none.
Yeah.
It just depends on who's doing it.
It's very varied.
So, to shorten my question down back to its original form, is it okay for anime companies to sometimes branch out and add new things to the source material that they are publishing?
So I think it depends. I think, for example, like you're saying, the Fullmetal Alchemist example, the only reason why they did that is because they were catching up to the manga, and that usually happens a lot with shonens. When they catch up to the manga, they're going to have to start making up stuff or just stop the show entirely. And that's kind of what happened with Fullmetal Alchemist. They just had to create an original story after the first arc of Fullmetal Alchemist. But people think that the first arc of Fullmetal Alchemist in the anime is better than the manga because they flesh out the characters and stuff better. And that's kind of what animes can do. They can flesh out characters better. And since it's a different medium, because it's manga to anime, so it's like books to TV and things, you have to change a bunch of stuff. It can't just be stills, which sometimes there are just moving stills on the screen, like Food Wars, which
There is actually another
horrible,
option,
but-
though.
What's the
It's
other
called
option?
filler.
Oh, yes, filler too. But I mean, that's basically what the original
Gintama?
content was.
Yeah, Gintama does a great job of explaining filler, by the way, for those of you who have ever seen the show before.
I've only seen like the first
Basically-
15 episodes.
Yeah. Basically, what filler is it's a way for a studio to buy time for the manga to continue before they keep going on with the story or stuff, right?
Mhm.
But like filler's kind of risky. So the way that the Gintama describes it as is if they put too much filler in a show, it could make everyone like lose interest in the show if they put too much in there, and then like they're gonna lose all their viewer base and it becomes a less popular show and then it flops, right?
I think the thing with filler is like it really sucks because it's like a lot of the times filler stops really crucial parts of the story, especially like big fights sometimes, especially in Bleach, I've heard.
Yeah.
And Bleach
Or
has so
Naruto.
much filler. Yeah, and
There's also a
Naruto.
couple other scenarios like when the anime just not an anime when the manga artist just like goes on hiatus, then it's like, okay, what do I do with the anime now, right?
That's
right?
true, yeah.
Let's go.
Or like
uh,
or like if you're like a Hunter x Hunter like manga creator and you make like one chapter and then you go back on fucking hiatus again, then what did your anime do?
Dude, that's
Right?
yikes.
Imagine if they were adapting Hunter x Hunter at the same time as the manga was coming out. Like you'd be so screwed.
That would
What
be.
they,
You'd be-
they
you'd
do.
basically
Te-
be
they
like-
every adaptation of Hunter x Hunter has been adapted while the manga is coming out. Technically,
Technically,
I
yes.
guess so. Well, that's true because it's still getting adapted.
Yeah,
Shout out to the author
And
of Hunter x
then-
Hunter.
I
And
know.
then if
Shout
the
out.
manga has filler in it, then you got
Yeah, I think
filler
it's
being
Togashi.
adapted from filler. So yeah,
Good
that's
thing with-
another thing that they do is filler, which is a whole nother can of worms.
We should
Shonen
talk about
series-
that actually.
Shonen
Filler.
Spirit series especially love using filler. Like Naruto has a fuck ton of filler in it.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, like you could just stop animating it, like just call it quits right there, and then just start it up again whenever you have enough material to go off of. That's why a lot of like long-running shonen series is like releasing multiple seasons nowadays. I'm pretty sure, is because of that
Yeah,
reason.
but
It's just
Hero
easier for
Academia
you to
is
just do
doing
a
that.
bunch of seasons.
I mean,
Isn't
that's
Hero Academia
great.
still airing? Yeah, it is. Right.
Yeah, that's great
Hero
that they do
Academia
that.
is continuing on. Yeah, they basically do a 24 episode season,
Yeah.
Which is great.
like
chunk of the
once
manga comes
a
out.
year, basically.
Yeah, a chunk of the manga comes out. You animate that chunk, and you just stop at at the end of that season, and just wait for the rest of the chunk to come out. Right?
Yeah, less
It's just-
filler.
I think it's a good idea. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of things are
Remember-
doing it now.
A lot less filler, which I personally I like it. Right?
I think it's the new way to adapt shonen manga and things.
Totally.
I feel like it's the correct way, not like
Step
something
in
I
the
feel
right-
like this
that
should have
was a-
been the way it was from the first place.
Yeah, not like
One Piece.
Okay. One Piece actually has very little filler, and the filler it does have actually mixes with the canon, which is horrible, by the way. That's not a
Yeah,
good thing.
that's what I was gonna say. Why does the manga author put filler in there himself? Like the anime's already gonna do that.
There's one arc that literally just feels
Wait,
like
can
filler.
you even call if the manga author is putting something in there that's filler?
We'll call it canon filler. We'll put a new word.
Canon filler. Oh my.
Yeah.
No, see, this is the problem. What's your definition? Filler. I think people
like
use filler,
alternative
and
use.
what you've used it here is
We
you
need a new
literally
word.
just
We'll call
mean.
We'll call it gram. There we go.
No, it's
Wow.
alternative canon.
Alternative.
The
canon,
thing about
okay.
filler you seem to be using is just like original stories parts that I don't like. And that last part is very important because there's a lot of filler, like stuff that isn't in source material. For example, in Ishuzoku reviewers, that's basically extended content, like that builds on
original
characters
stuff, yeah.
and builds on, well, of course, the sex scenes in
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah.
So it's like, what kind of filler is filler versus what is content I don't like.
Mhm.
This is like,
I feel like that's a whole nother topic.
Scenes are, dude. Those sections are a-okay.
Okay. I mean, yes, they are, but like,
Filler right there.
but like,
That's good filler. That's
the filler
good
that you're
filler.
talking about in things is the filler from like, okay, so when I think of filler, me personally, I think of filler as something that isn't in the manga. So that's something that's anime original and has nothing to do with the manga at all. But there can be filler in a manga, I feel, where it's like it doesn't contribute to the story, and I feel like that's mostly what filler is. And with One Piece, there is one arc called the Long Ring, Long Land arc, and there is literally one, like, maybe scene where one, like, important thing happens, but the rest of it is just them, like, goofing off and, like, playing games with other pirates. And it has nothing to do with, like, mainline One Piece. So I would consider that a filler, even though it's in the it's in the manga, but it has nothing to do with the story. So I would consider it a filler. Yeah. But I don't know. That's the only, like, thing I could think of. I don't know if there's,
so
like...
it is. So the definition of filler is story content I don't like.
I feel like it's... I don't know. I feel like the way that you're
We might
wording it
have
is
to-
like, I don't know. I feel like I have to word it in a different way. Like,
You know
it's-
what? Comments, you decide.
Yeah, comments, you decide.
Is it that definition you agree with or not? Leave it in the comments below, and we'll announce it next.
Man, there's a
podcast.
bunch of filler animes coming out this season. Not really liking those.
Not
Oh,
really
yeah.
liking those. Wow.
Domestic.
Yeah.
No,
just
it
use
doesn't
the filler
contribute to
season.
the story. It's not that I don't like it. It doesn't contribute to the story. That's
Dude,
what I mean.
Rent a
It's a fil-
girlfriend? Oh man, that's full of
Oh.
filler right there.
That's
Oh,
full of filler. That
man.
is filler.
Oh,
Is
like
there
the
even a
whole-
story?
it's like 12 episodes of filler. Oh wait,
Oh, whoa.
it's 12 episodes long.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the plot?
Dude, it'd be like that.
The plot's in the pudding. Okay.
The plot's in the pudding.
Personal
wait.
picks. I am. Wait. All right. Miss, Will, you go.
All right. So I actually recently saw the anime for Love, Election, and Chocolate. But you know what? Fuck that anime. You guys should go watch the visual novel instead.
Wow.
Yeah. Just go look at the visual novel, because honestly, the characters in the show are very likable and everything. But I feel like I brought this topic up before previously too. I feel like visual novel adaptations are just always doomed to fail because you can't capture every single route in an anime.
Mhm.
Like you're always gonna have to like pick one in the end, right? And that's not gonna make everyone happy. Some like, for example, okay, like A Good Librarian, A Good Shepherd, right? Like that was a solid visual novel. I read the whole thing. I've done every single ending to it, and then I watched the anime, and I'm like, this isn't nearly as good. And that's not because that they picked it's not because it's an adaptation. I'm not just shitting on it because it's an adaptation. The animation was okay, the art was okay, it's all better in the visual novel, yada yada yada. The main reason I didn't like it is because it didn't show all the characters, like all the different endings you can get there. Some of the characters had really well written endings to them, and like none of that is shown because it's an anime adaptation, and you're not gonna
Oof.
get every ending in there.
Well, with
I feel
visual...
like that's the same exact reason with Love, Election, and Chocolates. Love, Election, and Chocolate, which is why you guys should just go read the visual novel. Honestly, it's kind of long, but like it's worth it in my opinion. And you shouldn't do every single ending, obviously, like I did. I only did that because I like the other one so much. But just pick one that you think you would like the most.
I think with visual novel adaptations, though, at least with just Clannad, this is the only work that I've seen it with. Clannad has OVAs that do the other routes, which is really
Okay,
interesting.
that's good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like all visual novel adaptations should do that. Just make an episode or two OVA about the other route. Like, that'd be
Right.
cool.
Right.
But yeah, let's
Yeah.
move on to the next topic.
What was the visual novel you were recommending?
Oh, yes, put it
I
in
was
the
telling everyone to watch
podcast.
Love, Election, and Chocolate.
Yeah, put it in the podcast central thing.
And chocolate. Check it out.
Next, I will give it to Andrew. You have a personal pick for us?
Keeping it in with the themes of today, I will be recommending another short anime besides just Senyu. I want to recommend Arewa
Oh, I like this one.
Ayuda.
Yeah, I like this one.
I love the opening.
Ayúdame.
So this is a cute girls doing cute things show. Very short. Basically, every episode focuses on like maybe one or two, very like level kind of gags. Like I think in like 4 minutes per episode, you really get a good idea of the personality of the girls, and their interactions feel like genuine and funny. Like very similar to say Chaos.
Yep,
Oh,
that's true. Yeah, I could feel that.
So that's my recommendation. Krabby Time.
Krabby time.
We send this over to Graham now.
Okay.
Do not get thrown off by the fact that the opening's all about crabs. By the way, there are no crabs in the show.
True. I do not like the opening, actually. I think the opening is
I think the
disgusting.
opening is great.
It's really gross.
Honestly,
it
I
sounds
love it.
horrible. I
When they
think.
start saying, "Kani." They're saying that over and over and over again.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, this opening is gross.
I
And then
love
it takes
this
up a lot of the show too, because it's already a short, and it takes up a minute 30, and the short's only 5
Oh
minutes.
my.
OP. Yeah. Anyways,
All right.
Isaiah next or Graham next.
I said Graham, so Graham.
Okay, I guess I'll stick with the shorts route too. We already mentioned it in the podcast, but I guess I'll recommend I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying, because I love that show. Anyway, yeah,
Watch it on YouTube.
you can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Crunchyroll too, if you have
We're not
Crunchyroll.
endorsing piracy, but just do it on YouTube.
Yeah. So we
But just
do.
do it on But,
We do not condone watching on YouTube. If it's the most accessible way for you, then
I don't endorse you either. I'm
we-
not giving you a link. You can use your fingers and type it up
Yeah,
yourself.
we do what's best for you is what we're saying.
okay,
But
anyway,
yeah,
And then-
Isaiah's
yeah, back to
and
what I was
it's
saying.
mine.
Wait,
Oh,
no, I'm not
yeah.
done yet. I have to explain
God
it.
damn
'cause
it,
no one knows.
people were
I mean, that is true. It happens. It happens though. But yeah, I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying is about a couple, and the one guy is a huge otaku, but the girl is a normie, and it's both of them trying to like live together, and it's kind of just like fun gags. But as the series progresses, even though it's a short show, it feels like these characters like grow and grow closer, and you learn about like the other characters around them, and I don't know, it's really fun, and it can also be extremely sad, even though it's like a short show. Like the last 2 episodes, I think, are pretty sad. The second season develops them more as like characters and like how they interact with each other and stuff. Because like how the show works is like he does like the guy does like some like really dumb otaku thing, and then he always has to explain it to his wife, and then his wife kind of like tries to play along, but like the wife doesn't know enough about it, so like the guy's kind of upset, but like he's just like, oh, it's fine because like you're my wife and things, and it's cute and it's fun, and I definitely think you should check it out. Now that's it.
And
There
another manga show by Cool Kyoshinja.
Yes.
Definitely a topic we want.
By the way, just a quick warning: that
Yes,
show
true.
does end up on a little bit of a cliffhanger.
It does suck, yeah, but I mean, just read the manga, I guess. Yeah. That's what
Just read
mangas
the
are for.
Yeah. Basically, what we're telling you guys here is don't watch anime.
Don't watch anime.
Debatable.
Debatable. It'd be like that. But yeah, Isaiah?
My personal pick, many of you may or may not know, this is Tokyo Magnitude 8.0.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
It's an anime that focusing on the life of a girl, I believe, after a magnitude 8.0 earthquake hits Japan. And so it's pretty emotional, and it gives a lot of thought on, you know, how a person would react after a magnitude that size hits their home. And this is pretty, you know, much more sad once you realize that Japan got hit with a 9.0 earthquake 2 years after this was released.
Yes, big sad.
So
I'm seeing it right
was
now,
big
and it
sad.
says that it's an original work, and it's actually a good original work, because most of the time, originals either hit or miss, and this one seems like it's a hit.
yes, it
I guess
mother
that was missed.
how rough mother nature can. That will conclude the bad cast. Thank you guys for watching. As always, it is your host / moderator, Yellow Ice, with my 2 co-hosts, Graham and Mizba, very
hello.
interchangeable, and our special guest today, former president of Anime Club, Andrew. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah. Check me out on Have a Nice Day.
Check me out on Have a Nice Day, guys.
I was gonna say, would you like
I
to
don't
link
have a
in the
Discord
social?
channel.
Yeah, join the Discord, by the way.
Please
Doesn't
don't talk
Discord.
to me.
Don't talk to him. He doesn't
Don't
wanna
talk to him, yeah.
you either.
True. Very closed guy.
Yeah, he has to fulfill his life as a NEET
True. It'd be like that.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Excuse
But yeah.
me.
Excuse me. Bad guest.
Badcast.
That's it.
That's a good way
Should
to
I
end
step
it.
the
Right?
Badcast?
Yeah, I feel like we should just all yell bad cast. I feel like that'd be
That's
fun.
a good ending. I like that ending. I like that ending.
33, 2, 1.
Bad cast.
Badcast.
Badcast.
Are you kidding me, Andrew?
Okay, no. Okay, so we'll do it like, all right. We go Mizba, Graham, me, guest.